Welcome to our show, Never Trust a Fart. We are broadcasting on Twitch to begin with, and I take it, I had some music, edited it up, put it on YouTube on every Wednesday, so this will show up on Wednesday. If you would like to be a guest on here, let us know. We will invite you to our Zoom meeting, which is what we're using the format here. That's what this is, Zoom, streamed over to Twitch and then recorded for YouTube.
What happened to you? You just went into a...
Yeah, weird.
Your screen just changed to a bio sign.
Yeah, to me, that was weird. That's my Streamlabs logo.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah, I got it on this side too. Well, welcome to the Bob and Doug Show. Never trust a fart. We do have one viewer on here.
All right.
Let me unplug my video cam.
We're having some slight technical difficulties because Is that you with that feedback?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
Can you see me now?
Nope, you're still not there.
Oh, that is weird.
Well, yeah, so we can go back in other episodes and see what you look like. I kind of remember what you look like, so we're okay. Good morning, all. It's midday over where Jenks is.
Yeah.
And we're sitting here talking about life in general, and the stuff we normally talk about here. We kind of go on and on with stories and
That's why.
episodes of our existence. Let you know that next week, because of work schedules and the election debacle that we anticipate seeing, we're probably going to be a little bit late in getting our podcast going, so bear with us. And I think we'll live with that. But, here he is.
Yeah, am I staying? I lost my slipper.
Never have everything right.
I'll tell you. Yeah, it's a little bit,
Anyway,
it's balmy over here. Oh!
I woke up this morning, it was 28 degrees outside. So
I didn't even look at the temperature. Now you got me curious. Right now, it is 5:30 this morning. When it was 34 degrees. It went up to a ripe old 36.
Oh, man. So I'm at 32 right now, so...
Oh, you're at freezing.
Yeah. My sweatshirts. So what happened to your life? What's new with you?
Oh, good question. I've just been working in... It's Respiratory Care Week. My mouse went over. Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
Nope. Okay, I can see what. Here, let me zip this on over here so I can... No, I don't
When we get all of our money, we need to really hire a producer who can do all this stuff for us. We can sit back and talk.
All right, here we go. Yeah, or an engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, it is now Respiratory Care Week. Started on Sunday, ends on Saturday. We're the guys that take care of the ventilators for the patients, do breathing treatments, stuff like that, suction. When a person comes into an emergency room, we're the ones that take care of the airway, assist the doctor in getting an advanced airway in, stuff like that.
I'm a chef. I'm just willing to feed you.
A very necessary cog in the,
So here's my first story. We decided to go out and we buy into a co-op for our meat.
Uh-huh.
Personally, I'm not really too fond of a lot of the retail meats out here. You have like Smithfield brand and all that, which means that we're shipping our cattle dead or alive over to China, and they process it over there and they ship it back over here. And not meaning to slam a culture, nation, region, whatever you want to do, but their sanitary practices are a little bit lacking. If you haven't seen it in the wet markets, you'll know what I'm talking about. We use a local person. You can either buy a whole cow, half cow, or just a piece of a cow. You know, like sponsor a child in UNICEF. Well, we're sponsoring a calf, and eventually that child's going to go to college. Our calf is going to go to the abattoir and get nailed. So we get our shipments of meat coming in, and they sent one really bothered me, tomahawk steak. Don't know if you've ever had a tomahawk steak before.
Actually, I saw the picture on Facebook of yours.
Yeah, it's pretty huge. It was a 2-inch thick chunk of meat. So myself and my 17-year-old kid were fighting over it. And, my appetite's not quite as what it used to be. Definitely not what it was when I was 17. So I gave him a lion's share, and I had a little bit of it. It was pretty good. We enjoyed it.
Good.
But I had to learn how to cook a tomahawk steak for the first time because
it's thick.
As a person that grills, a person that cooks for a living, and as a chef, I should know these things. That was a little bit of a challenge because on the rib part of the thing, you got the big old chunk of meat here, and then the rib going off of it.
Right.
The rib has such small protein deposits that it's going to overcook and burn anyway, while you're getting everything else done. So you're trying to leave it off the grill, and it's hanging off the grill, and the dog's looking up at it like it's one swoop. The second he turns around, I'm going to be able to get that thing.
Yep.
And I got the dog looking at one side wanting to get it, my kid wanting to get it on the other side. Trying to tell him he doesn't want his meat so rare it's considered what they call blue, but he wanted the tomahawk steak so badly he was willing to go for a blue steak.
Get to it before you, basically.
Yeah, so I had to fight both a kid and a dog off to try and keep that damn tomahawk steak up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a hold of our collective, and next time I get a tomahawk steak, I want to request 2 or 3 of them, so I'm not fighting with everybody to get one.
There you go.
There's my nice story. For those of you that know about tomahawk steaks, you just learned about a tomahawk steak. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It was a good little piece of meat. The dog enjoyed the heck out of her bone.
Oh, cool.
So, everybody was happy.
Yeah, every once in a while we like to go to either the butcher or the pet store and get one of those, looks like a dinosaur leg. It's just a cow femur. Let them gnaw on that for a while.
Yeah, I got some pretty good things out there.
Yeah, we got 2 large small dogs. They're big, much bigger than a Chihuahua. Like you can probably fit 4 Chihuahuas in this thing. In both.
Large, small.
Yeah.
So is that like an extra medium?
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's not a medium-sized dog. I consider Skyla, my old Siberian Husky, she was a medium.
She was a beautiful dog.
Oh, I miss her. And I consider a Chihuahua, the purse dogs, as small. Well, these are you can get those purse dogs. You can get in bear you can get like 4 of them in there in him. So that's what I mean. He's on the you either call him a very small medium dog or a very large small dog. And same with Lily.
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Hold on, I'll help you with that in a moment. We're doing online schooling right now, so I've got an 8-year-old feverishly next to me trying to mouse and right-click and do her homework while she's listening to me. So I'm keeping my stories a little bit on the clean side.
We got our kids in school.
In physical school?
Oh yes.
I wish. So, did you hear? I have to make a point here. Let's go to the political side of it. Joe Biden is getting kind of teased from the right side a little bit because he's always in the, quote, basement. You never see Joe that often, or he shuts his days off at like 9 a.m. and doesn't do any more campaigning, which to me, you only got a week before polls. You should be running around 27 hours a day trying to kiss ass with everybody.
Exactly.
Doesn't seem like it's working like that for him. And then he got out yesterday in, I think it was Philadelphia or Pennsylvania somewhere. And he said, well, we're not super spreaders, which tells me that he was not speaking for his vice presidential pick. But I'm not going to go too far with that one. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. I'm not even going to go into the memes I read on that.
There's some pretty bad ones out there.
Exactly. And how much truth is in it,
Well, there's the problem we're coming into right now is my son is kind of finding his way in politics and finding his way in life and all that. And to him, the entire political world is engulfed with memes.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm trying to convince him that memes aren't necessarily the way you get your news. If you get your news from memes, you're at like Facebook all the time, and that's not necessarily the way to do it.
Yeah, no, that's just humor.
Yeah, exactly. It's a way to poke fun at somebody else, and he's looking at it like it's rote, and we're having a hard time with that one right now. So let's just say I'm trying to teach the kid about how to watch the press, how to watch media.
Yeah.
You look at media with a very jaded eye, whichever side you're looking at, and stop looking at it trying to find a way to fulfill your side's dreams, but look for the other side too.
Exactly.
And I'm having a hard time trying to teach him that one. So that's my onus right now, my cross to bear.
Yeah, good luck for that.
It's something else. I mean, unfortunately, when you get kids that just want to, go on over and they're only hearing one side of the story and they're running with it, they're not doing themselves a favor at all.
I was playing Dead by Daylight on the PC last night, or this morning, early this morning, as I am opt to do. And I was playing with three 18-year-olds. They asked if I was, no, they didn't necessarily ask. I think they just mentioned, Trump supporting, and said, yeah, I support Trump. For the most part, mind you, there's a lot of things about the man I do not like in comparison to the two. I'm leaning towards that side, but my decision hasn't been made yet on who I'm going to vote for. Anyways, with that aside, but I said, a lot of the stuff that the Republicans I do support, and he then put me on the spot for, why do you think this? Why do you think that? What's one thing he's done? And, it's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm playing a video game. I'm not prepared for this.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sad because regardless of what you're looking at, the opposite side is so vehement against you. And
yeah, I was speaking in general terms, and he was sitting there. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? That didn't, it's now you're stereotyping, and I'm all, yeah. I don't have my material in front of me, but.
Well, that's exactly the point we're pointing right now, Jenks, is the fact that we're getting into a world in which, it's vitriol on both sides, and people either A, are afraid to say what they really believe, or B, are willing to say it and will get attacked for it anyway. I don't care what side of the spectrum are on. If you're going to go onward and say something about the left, get ready for an attack. If you're going to say something about the right, get ready for an attack. Our ability to have a peaceful political discussion is long gone. Unless you're, deep friends, like say you and I, we could talk about different things, which we have in the past. We do agree on a lot of things, but we disagree on some things.
Yeah, but they're very few and far in between. That's why we are best friends. So I think.
Yeah, I don't think that's the primary reason, but I do think the fact that we have the ability to say, okay, you believe that way, I believe this way, but let's go have a beer anyway.
And
that ability to have a beer is lost. And now hey, dude, family show.
No, I'm getting annoyed that the shirt keeps disappearing as I think it matches too close to the background.
Oh, okay. I was going to start getting $1 out of my pocket so I can shove it in the side of the computer. Anyway, it's sad that it's that way. I'm seeing families broken up by this, and really, to me, I've lost a mother-in-law in the past couple of years. I've lost a brother last year. And as much as I miss them, I don't miss the fact that our Thanksgiving would be a challenge because there's differing views. And I don't want to sit back and ask for a leg of turkey and have to defend my views on life. Mm-hmm. And, it's kind of nice that I don't want to say that they're gone. I don't rejoice in their passing at all, but it is a relief. Same as a relief that I'm kind of glad my parents are gone now because they don't have to see what's going on in the world.
Yeah, they're kind of spared from that.
Yeah. And I know both my parents would totally, not like what's going on right now, especially our vitriolic stances.
Did you by chance see that meme? They're banning Thanksgiving get-togethers, but you can have up to 30 people at a funeral. So the person put out an invite, for the death of their turkey. Food will be served.
Hold on 1 second. Can you please kind of keep... What else is going on in the world? We've hit the election. Right now, they're hitting the election like a dead horse. It's totally taking everything over. I saw a thing on ABC last night, ABC News, about COVID. And it goes back to my fact that, yes, like I've talked to you about, I do believe it's a real thing out there. It is real.
Yeah.
You've seen people, you've pulled the sheet over people.
More than I care.
You've seen the bodies.
Yes.
So I totally understand that. I also say that it's been very strongly politicized. If you look at the state of California right now, Mussolini is down there, banning Thanksgiving, banning everything but funerals. I noticed on ABC that every time I've watched it, which has been twice in about 2 weeks, they've done like a 15-minute story or maybe 10-minute story. I might be going over the top, but about COVID and about the survivors and the people that are dying. And it reminds me almost of the old Monty Python and the search for the Holy Grail of bring out your dead.
Yeah.
Where they keep on beating that drum. And if you listen to them, it's turning into like there's no hope, that there's nothing but despair out there. And I'm glad they're finally pulling out.
And they're going to be the saviors.
Yeah. I very rarely do you hear about the people that are doing the work like you. And they're starting to show some of the survivors, but I need to see more survivors out there because we need hope.
Yeah, well, like I've always said, though, a lot of people that are passing or getting tubed, they got a lot of stuff else going on.
Comorbidities.
And yeah, exactly. The comorbidities, the immunosuppression. If they're elderly or immunocompromised, they're the ones that we need to protect protect themselves, because they're the ones that are going to suffer for this thing. A lot of us that are healthy and have an immune system that's intact, we might get it and not even know it. And that's what cracks me up when they sit there and say, "Oh, X amount of cases come up." Well, that's because the testing is available. We're finding out who has and who doesn't have. It doesn't matter if you're healthy and you have it. You're gonna get over it. So you're another statistic on you contracted it, but your life went on. While you're in the contaminated state, please quarantine yourself. Do not, that's where we need to flatten the curve and get the people away from the immune compromised ones.
Mayor of New York City, de Blasio, made the call to put all COVID-affected patients into nursing homes, killing how many grandmas and grandpas in the process. It was a hideous choice. And he's still defending it. And
if they remove the grandmas and grandpas, that are healthy, that'd be not a bad thing. Isolate them, basically putting them into quarantine. If you choose that the facility is an elderly home, I can see that. If they're just shoving them in there with healthy people that are elderly, that's cruel.
Well, that's what they're doing. They did.
Oh, my Lord.
They moved it in with people who are, you have an extra couple of beds, take these two people.
Oh, well, yeah.
That caused a lot more problems and a lot more grief in the long run that I think he'll be probably judged pretty poorly for.
Yeah.
He's had a couple of things where he hasn't necessarily shown the right political choices. I have a term I like using called political capital. If you're going to do something that's going to hold on to your legacy, it's going to stick with you. Political capital. A good example is former President Jimmy Carter and Habitat for Humanity. The guy is 91 years old, I think now.
Yeah.
He's up there. He's up there. And the old duffer is still doing Habitat for Humanity and helping people out, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't really care too much for him as a president, albeit I was very young when he was a president.
Exactly. I don't know how much of that was handed to him or just the circumstances. I was way too young as well.
Right. He had to take over after Ford, who took over after Nixon. There was a great malaise. There was a lot of stuff going on in the 70s that wasn't really great, that was hitting him hard. And he was dealt a very bad card. Now, he's an alumni of the Naval Academy, so I know that he's had leadership. He's had military training. The guy's been there, done that. His legacy wasn't always that great, but he's doing something now, which is good. Yeah. So that's political capital. And I think that de Blasio showed a couple of lacks of understanding what political capital is. One, by putting COVID compromised people into a environment where you have, an established comorbidity being.
Yeah, if you don't have COVID, age, you will.
Yeah. And the other thing he did was write a book about all this and post it. And here you are in the midst of the firefight, so to speak, and you're taking your time to go write a book to extol how great you are. And I think that was a really big lapse of judgment on his part. And I don't ever want to go on over and slam the guy in public, but I really hope that it doesn't follow him for the rest of his life.
Yeah, probably.
Same as, there's now a new term. I made beef stroganoff last night and I had to change it to beef tubin. Because beef Tubin, you know who Jeffrey Tubin is, right?
Remind me.
Okay, well, let me go back in time here. Last week, Jeffrey Tubin, who was a CNN analyst and a couple of other ABC.
Yeah. I knew that sounded familiar.
Very big anti-Second Amendment person was caught doing something on Zoom. Something that I'm not doing right now. I've got my hands here.
Yeah.
Something you're not doing. See, there we go.
Yeah.
And he got caught doing that, thereby making his last name into a new adjective, a new verb. And I made what we call, instead of beef stroganoff last night, I call it beef tubin, because that's basically what he's doing. And there's a person right there that's going to be forever memorialized with that knowledge.
He'll be tied into that.
Yeah. So the name is going to be synonymous, same as Lewinsky.
Oh, yeah.
She could be a very brilliant young lady. very nice young lady.
But they're going to remember her for her dress.
Yeah, they're going to remember for her dress or her prowess. Kamala Harris is going to be remembered for that prowess. So in our era where either you're in politics or affiliated with politics, or like you and I right now where we're online and we're trying to be known, we're trying to get our stuff out there, we need to be constantly aware on social media that whatever we do is going to come back and bite us in the butt.
Well, what we say on here, yeah.
Yeah. So I just think that people are making some serious lapses of judgment. When I see some of these YouTube videos of the young girls doing things and dancing weirdly or something,
it just reminds me of I won't even just some of the things I've seen on Twitch, it just cracks me up.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I tell you, I'm so glad there was. Actually, I kind of wish there was a camera around the other day. I don't know if you followed my Facebook posts lately, but
always actually.
This last Saturday, did you see the one about me falling?
Yes.
Cute story. I was taking my Sea Cadets out. We had a very big windstorm between before our wildfire season out here in Oregon, and the winds ripped up a pretty sizable American flag we had downtown. So the Daughters of the American Revolution, who supports the Sea Cadet organization pretty strongly, and also for all. And I'll let everybody know here, my wife is also a member thereof.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The Daughters of the American Revolution decided to put a new flag out there, and they asked my Sea Cadets if they'd hoist it. So I tell all my cadets to meet me at 11:30 a.m. at so-and-so area, and I get there around 11 a.m. because I want to be, I'm the leader, I better be first.
Right.
And I'm sitting in the car with my wife and, just playing a crossword puzzle on my phone or chatting with somebody on the phone. I don't know what I was doing. But in my side of my eye, I see an old woman out there, 60, 65 years old, carrying a whole bunch of packages going across the railroad tracks to the post office. And she's got her little cup of iced cappuccino, little $5 cup of coffee. And she walks right next to my car. She's like 6 inches away from it, and she trips on something outside and falls flat on her face. Mm-hmm. And me being the chivalrous young guy that I am, I wanted to go out and help her out. So I jump out of the car in full Navy uniform and find the exact same spot that she tripped on and did the same thing. So she's laying in a prone position, with her nose plastered in the gravel. She's trying to get herself up. All of a sudden, here comes this 199-pound guy right next to her. There's a stud right next to her. And all I can see is her on the ground looking at me like, "Are you okay?" I was hurt. I took out both knees and my hands, and my wrist is all torn up right now, and no tubing for me. And ouch. So I'm kind of glad that we weren't on camera with that one, because that would have been a really perfect YouTube video.
Exactly. Yeah, I've seen a few of those ridiculousness and stuff like that. Oh, if you get a chance on YouTube, this is a little plug for anybody else. There is. Let me see if I can find it real quick without ruining everything else. It's a channel on there. I want to say 131216.
131216. Is that the name of the page?
Yep, it is. 131216.
Okay, I just wrote it down. I'll take a look at it in a few moments.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It always starts off with either this dog banging on the pan or Mr. Bean dancing, something. And then he goes and he finds all these funny clips and just a compilation. Is
it NSFW? Not safe for work?
It is safe.
Good, because I can watch it in front of 8-year-old eyes.
Oh, yes.
She is.
I invite my kids. Yeah, I invite my kids to watch with me.
2 feet away from me right now.
Yeah.
In fact, she's going to be doing her work. I'm on my computer, and I don't want to necessarily have to explain things to her.
No.
Oh, look, Jeffrey Tubin.
Exactly. No, actually, I will. I sat there. I called the kids in and said, "Here's something funny. You're going to enjoy this." And I'll even put it over on the main TV.
Right. Okay. I'll have to take that. Take a look at that.
He has a bunch of funny stuff. So shameless plug for somebody else.
Okay, hey, you know what? Let's do those shameless plugs for somebody else, because we need all the help we can get. Yeah. And karma goes around and comes around. Give me 1 second. It's 17 minutes past her start of the day, and she's getting kind of upset with me not helping her out with school.
Yeah, we're actually at 35 minutes of recording, so I'm sure I can get 15, 20 minutes out of this.
Okay. Anyway, go back to it. There's something else you want to say?
No, just go ahead. Time to wrap it up, I suppose.
Okay, so go back live?
Yeah.
Okay. Beep. So there I was.
Now I can get one of those little chalkboards.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
Well, I forgot what the clapboards or something like that. I forgot what they called them. So
I want to say chalk because I used to put all the information on it. But you might be right because it does clap. So I don't. That's a good question.
I don't know. My wife's late uncle had a doctorate in drama.
Mm-hmm.
So he was a college professor for drama, and he played in a couple of movies and did a lot of Broadway. And I'm not going to, say his name right here because I just don't want to do it. He just died maybe 18 months ago.
Hmm.
And I wish I'd have known. I could have asked him. We probably could have gotten one. It would be kind of a cool little prop for us.
Oh, I'm sure if we really wanted one, we could find one.
Yeah, they're probably pricey though. But
nah,
I'm Scottish. I'm cheap.
We can make it. That would be kind of fun to have that, both of us.
I think it would be neat.
All right, my friend.
Okay, amigo.
Catch up with you. Try to catch up with you post-election and post-work. So next week again is going to be a late entry. It will not be next Wednesday. It'll probably be sometime in the weekend. Hopefully Friday night, but no guarantees.
Hey, has our viewer been with us the whole time?
Yeah, actually, it shows somebody's been here the whole time. They didn't say anything. I asked them to chime in. I haven't seen anything.
Well, thank him for coming along. I hope we didn't offend too much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think we're doing pretty good. If we get that one, let other people know. If you enjoy us, let us know. If you don't enjoy us, please let us know.
Yeah, exactly.
Nicely.
What would you like to see changed?
I guess that's it. I got to go out and get myself a green shirt so I can put up a background because I'm sure people are getting tired of my old Japanese print back there.
Oh, that's pretty nice, actually.
So that, I don't know the full story, but it came from Japan during World War II. Because my wife's family was in Japan during World War II.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't quite know the story of it.
Yeah, and I just got a virtual background on with no screen. It's working like it's supposed to.
And I'm supposed to have a green shirt, is it, to match the background?
What's that?
What color shirt do I need to match the backgrounds now?
I don't know. See, my problem was I was matching the colors of my picture. This red was...
Right.
See how it's blending in?
So if I change mine right now...
to something that's non-blue?
Yeah, I'm looking around to see what I can find here, and everything has blue in it. So I don't know. Do you see the picture back there? You can see the picture back there. The picture back there. And I'm kind of like bleeding through the whole thing. So I'm not really a good candidate for all these cool things here.
Yeah, I wonder if you took the picture down. No, it's still bleeding through. I wonder why.
I don't know. I think it just doesn't like me. There's a seal in my eye right now. I don't know if you can see the seal.
Yeah.
I actually took that video or a picture when I was diving in Monterey Bay.
Yeah, I wonder if there's any kind of adjustments you can make in settings.
U.S. Navy.
Yeah, but it's always the same area where it's darkness of the eye.
Yeah, I don't know. So if I look to you and talk like that, I think it'll be a lot better. But you can see my...
maybe it's the distance. Right as you sit there and you slowly creep in, your eye slowly disappears.
You know what? I think that's it. I need to sit kind of farther back to do this, but then there's a whole bunch of screen and not a lot of me. So, nah.
Yeah, that works actually.
I'm just going to go back up to nothing here and talk to you like a normal person, and I'll worry about that at another time.
There you go. Or get the green screen. Not do it the virtual way, but the other way.
I think we have more stuff to edit than we have to actually show out. So.
Yep.
Anyway, let's go ahead and call it a day.
All right. Last thoughts?
No. Get ready for the the fan or whatever.
Exactly.
Because I've got America, please do me a favor and act mature, regardless of what happens in this election.
Yeah.
If your side doesn't win, please don't. Please. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We used to be that beacon on the hill, and right now we're a laughingstock. And it's not because of the person in the White House. It is because of the way we act about the person in the White House. So please. Let's be good about this.
Exactly. No matter who wins, take it with grace, either side.
Yeah.
There's
my PSA for the whole thing. I'm getting tired of having to try and defend us to all of our foreign brethren and tell us that, you know what, those are just two whack job factions out there. The rest of us are normal.
Yeah, and also remember the ones who actually create the laws are the ones in the Senate and the House, not the executive branch. He has his own faults. I'm not abstaining him from everything, but a lot of our problems come from the Senate and the House.
That's exactly the case.
And we need term limits.
Yeah, we need term limits across the board. Vote for term limits. Vote out incumbents. All the incumbents, get rid of them. Give them 4 years. If they can't do anything in 4 years, get the hell out of there.
Exactly.
I'll be nice. I'll say 8 years. But
well, yeah, 2 or 3
it's either
terms.
a 4 or a 6 year term, so between 8 and 12 years. But let's get some term limits out there. Let's stop voting for people because of the letter behind their name.
Mm-hmm.
So all you twits that voted for Ocasio-Cortez or for Tlaib or Omar or whatever her name is, just because, watch it. Okay, we're not a socialist country. We're not going to make it as a socialist country. It's not a good idea. Stop voting for them.
You see how well it worked for Cuba and
Venezuela?
Venezuela.
Yeah, exactly. So although we were close to it earlier this year, having to stand in line for toilet paper. So.
Don't it seem like that? Okay, well, before we get into another...
I'm glad we wiped that crap out.
All right, let's move on. Show yourself out.
Yeah, I'll turn myself off now. So anyway, I wish everybody the best. Have a safe time. We'll see you next week.
And get out and vote.
Please, get out and vote and be good about it.
Yes.
Okay?
So if you haven't mailed it in, get out there and do it.
Okay. Bye, all.
Bye-bye. Thanks for joining us with Never Trust a Fart. If you want to support us, please go on to Patreon. You can see it on the graphic right there on how to get to it. If we call in on Zoom, thank you, Zoom. Record it on Twitch. Then I go ahead and take that recording, edit it, and we place it on YouTube every Wednesday. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you can subscribe, that would definitely help us out. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.